A massive development update from Tailworlds has dropped here today, giving us a little preview of what's to come in Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord. Now, this looks like it's across beta version 1.5.8, extending up to 1.59 and possibly 1.60. And there are a lot of things to cover in this 5.5-minute video that Tailworlds put out. You can find a link to this in the description if you want to follow along. But I'm going to, as always, in my typical fashion of upfronting the knowledge, let's go through some of the things they're going to add in. And then as we go through this video, we'll dive into some more detailed looks at some of those things. So the first thing coming out for multiplayer is the new Duel Mode, which will allow you to essentially choose a character and you can duel on a kind of like an open world map. You go to any specific arena and then duel as maybe archers, guys on foot, or mounted horsemen, or also known as cavalry. So that's a nice cool feature coming out for multiplayer. Another big one coming out is the battlefield terrain system, and this essentially adds dynamic battlefields to the map. And it will take a look at where your character is when a battle initiates, and it will start a battle that is similar to the land you're around. So if you start a battle next to a bridge, you're going to have a bridge battle now. That's so awesome. Aside from that, we also get a new Deathcam update. So when you die, you will be jumping over to prominent characters like your companions, other lords, stuff like that. A new Sandbox mode has been added. So for those of you who don't want to deal with the main story at all, just want to have your own Sandbox kingdom, your own Sandbox mode, it now exists. And with that Sandbox mode, we get some pretty nice little new features. One of them is a slider. Well, this isn't exclusive to Sandbox mode. It's character creation in general, but we get sliders activated for body weight and for build. So you can make that just Chungus of a Sturgian if you so want, or the paper thin Azerian if you want, whatever you want to do. In addition to that, whatever culture you select will then place that character on the map in that region. And your age group determines the amount of skill points you'll have during character creation. One last little thing to go over too is the addition of DLSS. If you have a RTX graphics card, that'll be updated. I think they say in the beta for 1.5. Oh no, I'm sorry. It's in the 1.5.7 hotfix. So it's in the live branch all the way up until ad infinitum. So that's pretty awesome to see. But it's been 2.5 minutes. That's the development update. You can go ahead and shut the video down if you so wish, or click the link and take a look at all this stuff in detail. We're going to be going through this video, pausing in the respective sections. I've brought the volume all the way down, so I'm just going to be pretty much talking over him, and we're going to go ahead and resume now. So this dev update is pretty huge. There's still some things that haven't hit us from dev update 6, like the keep battles. So I hope those are coming in 1.59 or 1.56, or I'm sorry, 1.6. 1.59 is on the horizon, but this is the new multiplayer duel mode. You can take a look here. I mean, I don't know why, but the game looks, every time I see it when I'm not playing, I'm like, oh, that game looks sharp right there. But this might be the new DLSS mode, which I have yet to experiment with. I didn't even realize it was a thing until I saw this video. So I'm stoked to see that. But you can see, you can choose a lot of different loadouts for these individual characters in the multiplayer mode. And it's good to see multiplayers getting some love, because while I exclusively play single player, it's because multiplayer hasn't been fleshed out yet. When the game first came out, I was doing a lot of captain mode with some of my other friends like Turn and the such. So you'll see more of that on the channel as we get a better, more stable multiplayer mode. And I think a lot of people are in that boat too. They want that stable multiplayer. And this, while an interesting step in the direction of a stable multiplayer, it's at least a nice step to see that they are doing things from multiplayer in a big way. This will add some kind of fun dynamic stuff to do in the meantime. Dude, La Croqueta is just rocking it. Every single kill is from him or her. But I'm really excited to see some more multiplayer additions to the game as we move into our next thing here with the battle terrain system. Probably the thing that hyped me up the most when I was taking a look at this. Now, they did say, keep this in mind, this is a work in progress. There's still a ton to be added, changed, fixed, so on and so forth. And they said that this is going to be something that's going to dynamically change in the next coming weeks and months of patches. And you can see that was right by a bridge, and boom, they popped right into a bridge. And it's going to show the map here in a little bit, pretty much looking at, okay, so it's going to pop into a different, yeah, there you go. That's all the different kind of battlefields you get access to. And it shows it all broken down to, okay, this is a plains or a forest map, so on and so forth. So You then have these individual quadrants for everything. Like, it is really awesome. And this is something that a lot of people have wanted, because I think since launch, all of us have said, well, yeah, it's going to be one of the same 6 maps, and it's kind of boring. It just kind of gets a bit of a doldrum after a while, right? So it's nice to see that we're getting these dynamic battle maps, and this is something the community has wanted for a long time. I think it was like #1 on the community wish list. Well, no, it wasn't. It was like number 5, but still. Also, though, with this are coming new town and castle scenes, so not everyone will be the same. It's going to be a lot more dynamic, and we've started to see this already sprinkled in through a lot of the patches with a lot of the individual, I guess, towns, settlements. So it'll be fun to see some more additions to this in the coming days. It'd be odd, like, take a look at some of these beautiful, lovely scenic vacation spot. Now we jump into pillaging, which we've already kind of seen brought in some of the more recent patches. This is just to kind of illustrate it yet again, where you can devastate, pillage, or show mercy. It is quite buggy right now, so I have yet to play it yet again in the most recent hotfixes to beta branch 1.5.8, but I'm sure it'll get its kinks kind of ironed out, and we can be able to jump into it a little bit more. But you can see that it has a pretty profound effect on things. Moving into another feature that's already been added to the game are the new Battanian helmets. And what's exciting about this is, you see that picture on the left? That's the concept art for all these helmets. And there are tons of concept art helmets that a lot of people have said, hey, where are these? Why aren't they in the game? So it's exciting to see those brought in. Battle mission update here is about the new Deathcam. So that'll be kind of exciting to use, because I know a lot of you have said, hey, I die and then I just kind of flounder about. I still like the ability that from the RTS mod that allows you to take control of these individuals. And another thing too is the new casualty feed. So you can make it so that only specific characters pop up in it, or specific icons, which is nice. Over there on the right, you can see, hey, my archers are doing a really great job. Again, new sandbox mode. You can see it right there under new campaign. It's looking hot. It's looking spicy. And I'm actually really excited about this, because I know that the main story is a big hang up for a lot of people. They don't like the fact that you have to deal even with a main story. I'm going to pause right here. So you can see now we can tinker around with weight and build. But like I was saying with sandbox mode, it's nice that you can really just start this almost like you could Warband, right? Back when I first played Warband, when you downloaded a 7-day trial off of a website, because I'm from the Stone Age, you just pressed play and you dropped into the world. You didn't know what was going on. And I think that's a really great thing here for Bannerlord, is to get that start, and also a cultural specific start, so I can go wherever I want based off of the culture I have in mind. So playing with the weight, playing with the build, we're going to jump over here into the age group. So start off on the venturing path of 20, 30, 40, or 50. And this will give you, like I said, different, so 2 and 1, different points for either the skills or the attribute focuses. So you've got those choices. And like I said, this is Volondian character starting in Volondia. So very lovely to see that. And the new DLSS coming in if you have an RTX graphics card. Now this is on an RTX 2060. I'm over here pumping on a 3080, so I'm excited to see how this looks come that actual edition, which it is in the game. They said it would come in a 1.5.7 hotfix, and it is currently in the game. But that's everything, guys. That's this massive dev update. Now, what's nice about this dev update is they talked a lot about the actual patch numbers that this stuff is coming in. Like, hey, this is going to be in the next beta branch. This is going to be in the current hotfix. This is in the current main branch. So it's different than a lot of the other dev updates which have just said it's coming in an update, and then it just comes when it comes. Like, for example, the ability to educate your child was, I believe, teased in dev update 5 or 4, one or the other, and we just received it a patch or 2 ago. So that's to give you a kind of a frame of mind here, how these things have gotten better and better and more transparent, which is very, very good. I'm excited to see what that battle train system comes in, and I'm really excited to see when we get keep battles, which should hopefully be in 1.5.9 or in 1.6.0. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. I'm super excited about some of the stuff coming with Bannerlord. We're coming on the 1-year anniversary of it coming into early access at the end of next month. So I hope they have like a really awesome amount of stuff to deliver. It really seems like they've been doing a lot of stuff for 1.6, and I think 1.6 is going to be a huge patch. Mexico came on to one of the streams we did and was talking about some of the stuff with 1.6. So there's a lot of stuff I'm really excited about, and I really hope it adds a lot of content to the game, because I think that while a lot of this stuff is cool, the one big gripe I think a lot of people have is it's still, for the most part, the same skeleton that we've been playing with since March. There is new items added in. There are new perks. There's new features added in with, say, what's it called? Pillaging, the ability to keep battles soon. But at the end of the day, they're only kind of little tack-ons. And I think that it needs that full fleshing out before we can really say, hey, yeah, this is the true successor to Warband. I think a lot of people too have said, hey, this is just like Warband 1.5. Yeah, not broke, don't fix it. That's my mentality. Like, Warband was a great game. This took Warband and put it into an updated engine, and now it's about kind of getting all the stuff we had with Warband smashed into Bannerlord, plus all the things that Bannerlord's engine is capable of added onto that. That's why Bannerlord excites me the most, and why I think the next couple months here are going to be pretty awesome to see this come to a full fruition. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching here today. Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this dev update? Are you excited about the stuff coming out? Do you still think they need to do a bunch more for the game? Let it be known, because if you share your opinion with TerraWorlds, as long as you do it respectful, they are very good about incorporating that into future updates for the game. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and take care.